Hi guys, Ken Struts Tactical here with the new P365 fuse. Picked it up while I was down at Big Tech's Ordnance, teaching a class, doing a podcast. They said, hey, we're getting 5 in that day. Here's my credit card. Normally my carry gun is the macro, a non-comped macro, or depending on what I'm wearing, just a regular 365. I like the capacity. I like being able to conceal it and all that. Dig the guns, especially, obviously there were some issues early on. They seem to work them out. So capacity, size, accuracy, the reliability. Here's my smaller 365. Found a place called Mag Guts, I believe it is. They got a flat wire spring and a different base plate. Puts 2 more rounds in your mags. They have them for the 10s, for the 12s, and for the 15s. So you can go to 12, 14, and 17 rounds with their mags. So good capacity even in the small frame guns. But now obviously 17, which has been out for a while now with the macros, and they have these 21 round magazines as well. So plan on concealed carrying it, so I'll have 17 plus 1 and then another 21 in my pocket. Doubt I'll ever need that many, but I'll definitely be more than equipped with ammunition, carrying almost a full box of ammo on it. So just some initial observations. Grip texture is nice. I've been running handle grip tape on mine, so that's skateboard tape, and I like it. They get dinged up and peel and whatnot here or there, and you may have to reheat them and stick them. Maybe sometimes add a little Gorilla Glue or something when the glue your sweat and everything kind of wears it down. But it's got some nice texturing all around. It's got the magwell, right? That's removable. You got to remove that to adjust the back straps. And a thing to note on that, because I just did this earlier and couldn't figure out why the screw wasn't gripping. When you take the screw out to take the magwell off and to swap the back straps, inside the back strap that you start out with that comes on a gun, so medium, there's a little metal female end for the screw inside the grip frame. I don't have the other grip frame handy here, but you're gonna have to pull that out and put it in the grip frame, or the grip frame, the back strap that you want, so that your screw will bite. So I couldn't figure it out right away what was going on, and then I looked and I saw that the screw was in there. So just bear in mind that if you're changing back straps, that there's a screw in there that you're gonna have to take out and swap between your different back straps. So something to note there. One of the things I dig is the extended slide, stop slide release. I've added these on all my 365s. This one here has got it on it as well. So I'm glad it comes from the factory like that. I think the other ones were kind of small, so sometimes hitting the slide release, it felt kind of stiff, but having that little shelf on there, I dig that right out of the box. Really super aggressive grasping grooves on there, dig that. This one came with their ROMEO X Compact, I believe this is called. Unfortunately, it's the open emitter. I would have rather have seen the closed emitter, and I'm not a fan of SIG optics in general. I've had some issues with their rifle optics, a few different models, a few different issues. So I'll be interested to see how this shakes out. I like that it sits low and you can co-witness with regular height sights, because sometimes when you put suppressor height sights on your gun, you got to find a different holster because there's no clearance for the suppressor height sights. So I dig that. The trigger's got that coating on it. I forget what the coating's called, but it does feel a little nicer, at least on this one. Feels better than my other 2 365s. So I'm digging it. So I got a B8 back there. You can see wherever my finger is going here, right there, boom, at 25. So I'm gonna load her up. Just shoot 10 rounds. I got some Syntech ammo, 124 grain. See what kind of group I can get at 25 with it, and we'll check it out. All right, so get ready to put the first few rounds in here. I did just being a little petty, but I noticed the finish on the magazine when I went to put it in the gun for the first time. It's a little chewed up here and there. I mean, whatever, it's gonna get beat up over time, but whatever. Mags are a little tight, and just like a disclaimer, it's super dry. There's no lube on this gun out of the factory. So super dry, but we'll give her a shot here. All right, so just fired 10 shots, nice and slow fire. I'll speed the video up though, so you don't have to sit through it. And see how it groups at 25 with Federal 124 grain Syntec. Recoil isn't bad. Even better than the macro. Definitely a lot better than the regular SIG. Definitely feel a different recoil impulse. It's got a longer recoil spring in there, and obviously the weight of the slide and barrel and all of that stuff helps as well. So just made some adjustments on the ROMEO X Compact. Not super tactile. Almost had to wonder if the Allen key that they provide with it slipped a little bit, but we'll see what happens. All right, so instead of just you watching me shoot a bunch of groups at 25 yards, I'm just going to talk through what I've kind of learned from shooting the gun for 2 days. Only about 180 rounds. First 100 or so were just training ammo, Federal Syntec 124 grain. First group was 6-inch group. That was just me. More I shot at 3.5 inches was about the average to 4 inches. Got a few more 6s in there here and there when I didn't do my part. Next day, which was today, went back out, put hollow points through it, my gold dot 124 grain plus P, which is what I'm going to be carrying in there, and zeroed it up. Best group of the day was a 3-inch group, 99 with 6X at 25, standing freestyle slow fire. So I didn't put it on a bag, I didn't put it in a ransom rest. I stood there and took my time, and I shot a 3-inch group with it with that ammo. Also put 10 rounds of Hornady Critical Duty 135 grain plus P. Slightly bigger group. That was probably just me. I was shooting B8s, you know, all day, so that one was probably just a little bit of fatigue. I didn't have as much of that as I do gold dot, so I just shot 10 rounds through it. Also fired 10 rounds of New Republic 115 grain. That was another like 6-inch group, but again, probably me. So I'm not poo-pooing those other ammos or those other brands or whatever I should say. They all function flawlessly, which is good. So what, 4 different brands of ammo through the gun, not one malfunction, and super accurate. So digging these cheese grater deep serrated cuts. It's great for doing press checks or racking the slide. Even from the back, if you grab it from the back, that's pretty good. So you don't have to worry about grabbing your optic. You can just pinch it back here. Obviously, the gun is clear and safe, safety Nazis. I switched out the SIG optic, which was an enclosed optic. I don't know why they put out their new gun without their new optic that was being debuted at the same time. But I don't like open emitters, and that optic it's like a dust bucket, especially for something you're going to concealed carry. Or I mean, I don't think you'd put something like that on a duty gun, but if you did and it was raining and you didn't, even if you had somewhat of a cover on there, you're going to collect a whole bunch of water in there. So that's a no-go for me. So I switched it out for my Holosun EPS. And what's cool is, again, you can see I didn't have to switch out the sights that came on it, and I didn't have to use the suppressor height sights that I've been using. And these things are kind of big, right? It's like a big shark's fin on the front there that I have on this gun and on my non-comped macro. So I'm digging them, and the sights, I turned off the dot, shot the iron sights at 25, point of aim, point of impact. My group wasn't as good. It was probably opened up to like a 6-inch group or whatever, mostly centered in the black. But again, 49-year-old eyeballs, trying to see the irons wasn't really happening. But I tell you what, that fiber optic, that was almost like a green dot, not a red dot obviously because it's a green fiber, but almost like a green dot, and that helped me using the iron. So, you know, pretty cool there, and have no dramas if I had to take a shot with just these irons using that fiber at 25. No dramas whatsoever. So overall, digging the gun. The laser texturing probably not worth it because it's got some texture, but it's really not doing much when you're shooting the gun. The handle it grips are way better, and you know, for 15 bucks or whatever they are, if you had to replace them 10 times over the life of the gun, it's 150 bucks. It's like getting it stippled, and stippling wears down. whether it's laser stippling, aggressive hand stippling, even silicone carbide treatment to the frame, eventually that's going to give up the ghost and going to have to be redone. So this is a, a nice try SIG, doing the laser stuff from the factory, but something like handle grips is going to be the way to go. And for me, I don't even have big hands. There's not a lot to hold on to. These smaller guns tend to torque a little bit in my hand, so having the handle grips on there will help. As far as the mag well, I'll have to see. I haven't concealed it at all yet, so I got to see if it'll print at all. So I'll have to check my stockpile of Safariland Incog holsters. These are, you can see in the camera there, but they taper down, so I can't fit this gun in that holster. It will fit my Four Brothers holster because that doesn't taper. Sticks out a little bit, but whatever. I'll just have to add a wing to it, because when you have the bigger magazine for this gun or the macro, without that concealment wing over here, it doesn't torque it into your body and it prints. So I'll have to throw a concealment wing on there for now until I'll check. They sent me some Icarus Precision frames and holsters for the Icarus Precision frame and whatnot. So I'll see if I have one that goes, maybe has a longer cut for a longer slide or whatever, but I don't think so. I don't think Safariland has it yet, so I'll have to wait on that and just use the Four Brothers until then. But if it doesn't add any printing to it, and you can see it sticks out at the bottom, so it might cause it to print a little bit, but we'll see. If it doesn't, we'll keep it on there. I never really have a hard time reloading my gun, so no dramas there, but I'll keep it on there if it doesn't print. So swapped out the sight, iron stayed, added the light, super accurate, super aggressive, cocking serrations that you could also grate cheese with, right? If you're hungry and have some cheese that you need grated, you can do that with your gun. Same thing from the back. It works real good from the back. Comes with the extended slide stop, slide release. So far I'm digging it, and 17 in the gun, and I'll put another 21 in my pocket. So I'll have more than enough ammunition I'll probably ever need. So good to go. Other than that, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share.